speech he's speaking every week. The one and only Ken, the Zen of boxing.
Yes, indeed. Today is a talk about boxing, about amateur boxing. You're probably more familiar with professional boxing, such as what Muhammad Ali did. I'll be talking about amateur boxing, which I participate in. Amateur boxing is a sport. One of its primary goals is to protect the participant so that the participant can enjoy it as a sport. For that reason, we wear big puffy gloves like these. These are 16-ounce gloves. Professionals box with 8-ounce gloves. They're very similar to what you might wear outside on a cold winter day. And you can imagine getting hit with something light like that. Now these protect you, or protect your opponent, but you still feel the impact. Amateur boxers also wear headgear like this. And for someone like me, over 35, yes, I am over 35, contrary to popular belief, we wear special headgear labeled masters, which means they have extra reinforcement so that the impact is buffered more. And the older boxer, such as myself, undergoes less of a risk of getting hurt. Amateur boxers, of course, use hand wraps. I think there should be a second one to protect the hands, mouth guards. And for somebody like myself, a man of the world, been around a bit, there is a very important groin protector. You must be wondering, what does this have to do with Zen? Zen is a form of Buddhism which focuses on being in the now, being in the moment, not thinking, and just participating in an effortless way in whatever the activity is. And I'll get to the connection between Zen and boxing in a moment. But first, I'll tell you a story about my son. I was talking with him the other day about a tennis tournament he participated in, and I asked him, how did he do? He said, I lost. Why did you lose, Stefan? Well, I started out, I was playing well. My strokes were beautiful. In fact, I started watching my strokes and saying, wow, these are beautiful. And then I was watching how the ball went over the net and how much spin I put on the ball. And I was looking at where it landed and watching my opponent struggle to get to the ball. And then when he hit the ball back, I saw how he hit it back. And suddenly I realized, wait a minute, I'm not in position to hit. And he run and he said, I arrived at the ball late and it messed up all my strokes. It happened again and again and again until he figured out this was not going to work. But by then it was too late. He lost the set. He was thinking too much. He would see what happened and think about it, admire his work. Now in boxing, there's a lot of thinking. You have to set up, you need to position yourself, you want to fake and get the opponent to respond in a certain way. But when you come in really close and start throwing your punches, and those punches are coming back at you, there is no thinking. You are reacting. You are in the moment. That is the Zen of boxing. There's nothing that gets you in the moment more than a punch coming at your face. Even with all this padding, it does not feel good. So the Zen of being in the moment in boxing is forced upon you by the activity. But if you master it, if you master that being in the moment, then you too could be a champion.
Whoa. Wow.
Now this is what amateurs get, no money for me. A really nice belt, which I won this year, 2011, by being in the moment. Now, if you would like to see my championship fight, go to YouTube, of course, .com, search my name, and my 2011 fight will come up. And I also won in 2009, but the 2011 one was a much better fight. So I end by asking you, is there something for which you find yourself in the moment, doing without thinking, being connected with the activity? If you can answer yes to that, you are both a Zen master and a champion. Thank you very much. You want to use the gloves? No.
That's what the audience is like.
Thank you.
And thank you, Ken, for that Zen-like speech. And we'll all be waiting after Toastmasters to take you on. All right, I'll be waiting.
It's a deal.